Welcome to the top 20 most iconic Zelda songs of all time. This list will cover the entire franchise and will focus purely on the iconic status of each song. That does mean that some fan favorites might not make the cuts. However, it is only appropriate to give Ocarina of Time's opening theme a very special mention. For me, this brings back so many memories, and maybe for you too, so it had to be included somewhere in this video. And I do hope you like Ocarina of Time because it's not the last time we're gonna hear that game. And one little disclaimer, I'll first play the song and then you'll hear the commentary. Having said that, let's get going with number 20. Tears of the Kingdom's main theme did exactly what it should be doing for a game like that. It built up the hype and it is dark and atmospheric. And both long-term players as well as people who started playing during the Champion era appreciate this song. In this list we consider the iconic status of the song, and it's very likely that this song will climb up the ladder in the years to come. Spirit Track's main theme is a happy song that I personally like, and I was thinking for a second, am I based by putting it on this list? But over the years, this song has gathered a cult status, and it represents the DS era pretty well. And while not included in this video, the soundtrack does back some other great songs. Number 18. Let me tell you a little story why it's so surprising to see this song on a list that I created myself. So imagine it's the year 2000. Majora's Mask has just dropped, and just to set the stage, this is 5 years before YouTube even existed. So I'm deep into the game, I'm entering this dungeon called the Stone Tower Temple, and from the moment you enter there, this music plays and it creates this ambient backdrop. It kind of puts you in the zone, and I can't help to say, I just really enjoy this track. And at the same time thinking, am I just a weirdo? You know, fast forward to today, I see countless YouTubers celebrating this track, and I only realized later that it resonates with so many people. As if we all had some kind of like convergent evolution with the song. It's different, it's cool, it's memorable, and it really belongs on a list like this. Oh, these tunes are so good, and they're only gonna get better. Here we have the Wind Waker title screen theme, and I think we also have to talk about all the backlash that this game got when it initially came out, and how it has redeemed itself over the years. Right now it's a fan favorite, and there's very few people that would argue that this is a fantastic game. Speaking of underrated game, here's number 16. Man, why is this game so freaking hard? Of course, this is the palace song that you hear during Zelda 2 Link's Adventure, and I have a question for you. Would you play a remake of this game? Imagine everything has a fresh coat of paint, everything is brought up to speed where gaming is today. This is the game that did introduce Les Salvos and the fact that every generation has their own Princess Zelda. Another cool fact is that the sages from Ocarina of Time, Saria, Rudo, Darunia were actually town names from this game. Moving on. The Dark World. Remember walking around like a bunny? It's so amazing to hear that a lot of people haven't played this game yet, so it's still all out there for you. I can only tell you, really do it. Where Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games, it is really flawed. You cannot say that from this game. It has aged really well, and I can only say, try it for yourself. And honestly, that's not something that I would say for every game. Zelda 1 has its flaws, for example, the dungeon theme. This song is the only dungeon theme that you have in the game, which means if you play the second quest that you would have had it on repeat for 16 levels, and the whole song might be 30 seconds, so at one point that does start to wear out a bit. This song describes Midna so well. It's called Midna's Lament, and it's dark, emotional, beautiful, memorable, a little bit haunting. I've always been surprised that they didn't cement her with a spot on Smash Brothers, because the fanbase has just never gone away. If you've watched the channel before, you often hear me say, I want to see more Zelda spin-offs. Of course, only when it's well done, but I think we all would prefer to play her. And yes, there's Hyrule Warriors, that is not for everyone. Why not have multiple games? If well done, of course. It's for these kind of characters. Until that time, we just have to enjoy this timeless melody. I never realized how well these two songs blend into each other. Both Midna's Lament and the Song of Healing share themes of sorrow, darkness, but I would say that the Song of Healing offers something different. Majora's Mask explores loss, despair, and a looming threat of a moon that might end it all. The reason why Majora's Mask is still so popular today is mainly contributed to this song, which makes it so iconic. All these side characters that you get invested in, everybody who you help, everybody whose pain you kind of are able to take away, is all healed because of playing the Song of Healing. With that said, let's get going with number 11. Enough with the dark stuff. On number 11 we find the theme song from Kakariko Village or Kakariko Village depending on how you pronounce it. And I really hope you're also enjoying this video. This is such a trip down memory lane. If you have any cool memories with Zelda music or a personal favorite song, make sure to leave that in the comments section. It's great to read about your experience and to really see how other people experience the Zelda franchise. And which song do you think should be in the top 10? Which is up next. This is the song that accompanied the famous trailer in 2017, which was called the Breath of the Wild Presentation. And what an epic song it is. It has never even appeared in a Zelda game itself, yet its 10th place is well deserved and maybe even higher. It's really hard to rank this song. And if I'm wrong, just feel free to hate me in the comments section. The Hyrule Castle theme has been gracing us since A Link to the Past. It's an interesting song, being timeless, appearing in many games, and having this regal and grand sound to it. It never wants to be the top of a musical score of a Zelda game. It's dignified, it's subtle, like you would expect from a real royal. And we're back at the Wind Waker with Dragon Roost Island, the game's ultimate feel-good track. It did such a great way of channeling that adventurous spirit, and then aside from that, it also served as an introduction to Dorito. What more do you want? So I do have a quick question before we move on. Initially for this video, I wanted to do like 30, maybe 50 songs, but then I saw, hey, in the questionnaire you guys said 20 is enough. If you do want to see a video with like other songs that you normally don't hear of, like including my personal takes, let me know. This channel is community driven, so you guys are in the lead. Now, if you consider that this song only appeared in one mainline game, it's crazy that it got the 7th position. And that is mainly credit to its long-lasting popularity. This song has millions and millions of views, and for some people, it's their favorite song of the whole franchise. It would be amazing to see a reworked or revamped version of this in a new game. Gerudos are not going anywhere, so bring it on, Nintendo. And this game changed it all. Breath of the Wild, a masterpiece. It literally changed everything. It really took the game at its core and set everything upside down, and music was a big part of that. Now the question is, what is the future direction of Zelda? Do you prefer melodies or do you prefer ambient music? Or maybe a mix of both? On number 5 we find Saria's Song, or Saria's Song, also known as the Lost Woods. The song is synonymous with young Link who appeared with the Kokiri, who met the Skull Kids, because before there were 2 in Ocarina of Time, and of course he's the same guy that you control when you're playing Majora's Mask. Nowadays we have Toon Link, we have Toy Link, so it seems like young Link has kind of been tossed aside, but that doesn't really matter. For us he's a legend, come on, he's part of Ocarina of Time, and the song itself, it's a classic, so it's always gonna be there. Number 4. A Another Ocarina song that also reappeared in Majora's Mask, and it can be none other than Song of Storms. This is one of those songs that really set early YouTube on fire. The remixes, the dubsteps, the techno remixes with water, whatever you can think of, it's there. I even made a remix myself, which you can find on my page. A fun fact actually, a lot of people think that the guy who's giving you the song in Ocarina of Time, that his name is Guru, but that's actually his counterpart from Majora's Mask. The guy in Ocarina of Time doesn't have a name and is actually wrongfully named the Phonogram Man, because the instrument that he's playing is actually a phonograph. Random Zelda trivia, maybe I should do a video about that one day. I got too many ideas. For now, number 3. Zelda's Lullaby kind of had 3 stages of fame. First, Zelda was never really prominently featured in the game, so during A Link to the Past, the song was only a modest hit, to say so. This all changed in the 3D era with Ocarina of Time. Zelda became much more prominent, both as a young kid and also as a young adult, and the song kind of came synonymous with her. This is also where the song was named Zelda's Lullaby. But of course, the song's mega big break came in Skyward Sword. A lot of people have things to say about this game, and of course it's a divisive one, but what cannot be disputed is the quality of the music. Every song sounds so majestic, so legendary. This song is definitely the second most recognizable song of the whole franchise, which is why it's on number 2. It might not be your favorite song, but most people will recognize this as the tune of Zelda. Would it not be for the fairy fountain, then it would be for your title screen where you select and maybe dash in your name. This song also found its roots in A Link to the Past, which is one of those games that set the ground for many things to come. With that said, we're gonna do it a little bit different. Of course, there's a fantastic number 1, and you're gonna be wondering which version is he gonna pick.
Good.
But before that, there's gonna be a little jingle that is not really a song, but that is very iconic, and it kind of deserves to be in a list like that. And after number 1, which is gonna be very exciting already, there's gonna be 5 extra picks that you can see as special mentions that didn't make the top 20. You're gonna like it. Here's the jingle. Here's number 1. And don't forget, there's 5 more special mentions. The first game of the first screen, and of course this has to be the song. Guys, I cannot believe that next year is gonna be 35 years since this is my favorite gaming franchise in the world. This is one of the most recognizable songs, and of course many of you will know that Koji Kondo only wrote this in one night because they had another song and there was some kind of copyright issue. There are 5 more songs that come up, but man, do I want to say it was amazing to make this list. Let me know what you think of it. Please subscribe. I would love to make more videos like this. They cost a lot of work. But now let's continue with those extra 5 special mentions. It really pains me to not have this song on the list, but I can assure you when I make my personal top music songs of Zelda, this one is going to be included. Next one is Ballad of the Windfish. This song is really iconic, one for being the only one that has been twice remade, one from the ground up, but this song also really ties the whole story together. What makes this song iconic is that it gets more darker as the days pass and the moon comes down. After the Hyrule main theme, this might be the best Hyrule field theme. It's such a cool song, it just gives that really adventurous spirit. I would say it's one of the best things about Twilight Princess. And there is one more song left, but before we go, I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is AdventureRuben, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Enjoy the last pick.